He is an award-winning actor, writer, stand-up comedian, and Chicago native who is using his voice to shine light on real-world issues.
Ramy Abou-Shab joins us now with details on his journey and his current comedy tour. Hey, I love that you are a CPS kid making it big. Yeah, shout out to the CPS kids.
Yeah.
Tell us about how you figured comedy was the best way to get your message out.
So what I talk about is very heavy in this specific piece. I discussed the ongoing genocide in Palestine, and it's not easy to do that, right, without just making everybody cry. And so I figured that if I could just make people laugh, not at what's going on, but just at the absurdity of it, then they could understand more, like, exactly what's happening. And that's really what the purpose of it all.
Your whole family are Palestinian, correct?
Yes, we're all Palestinian, yes.
So what is the reaction you get from folks when you're having these discussions about these heavy issues and you're not making light of them, but making light of them?
Yeah, well, it depends, right? My dad at first was like, don't talk about this, it's dangerous. He's like scared for me.
Yeah.
But now he sees like the people that are like, wait, like I have this joke where I talk about this propaganda piece that Israel put out that wasn't true. And now people are reaching out to me like, wait, that wasn't true? That wasn't actually like a list of names or whatever. And so after that, my dad's like, okay, maybe you're actually doing something.
I saw that because a lot of the news organizations ran that video.
They did.
Yeah.
And they didn't take it back when it was a calendar written in Arabic.
Yes, and not a list of terrorists.
Yes, not a list of terrorists.
Yeah.
And look, we all hate Mondays, but
And see, and that's exactly what you're doing here in your comedy bit.
Yes.
You know, you're like, we all hate Mondays. You know, trying to putting a little, make it spoon-fed to them so it's a little easier to swallow.
Yes.
What's the reaction been from the crowds?
Some people have been crying, legitimately.
Really?
It's like a roller coaster. It's a roller coaster. Like people are like laughing, and then it's like, whoa, he said that, and then it's back. So some people cry, some people just laugh, and I think the reaction I get afterwards is like the greatest thing in the world. I did Houston last weekend, and a woman came up to me, and an older Arab woman, she's Lebanese, and she said, I've lived in America for so many years, and after seeing this, like this is the first time I've ever felt at home. And like, how am I not supposed to cry? You know what I'm saying? Like, may my dad forgive me for crying, but like, it's crazy. Like, that's something. It means something, and that's what I want. I want people to leave with something.
I enjoyed the post that you put up on Instagram about what people say to you. The 3 things people say to you when you tell them you're Palestinian.
Yes.
Yeah, talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. So like, whenever you say you're Palestinian, people there's like assumptions, right? Number one, they ask about shawarma. They're like, dude, where's the hottest spot? You gotta tell me. Like they know. And you know what's crazy? I do know it though. I do know it. But like,
where is it?
Yeah. Well, you go to Bridgeview and you'll find any spot. The signs are in Arabic. You will find the most beautiful spots there. But then like the last thing they say is like, I'm so sorry about what's happening to your people. And this is like a heavy thing.
Yeah.
But it's like, I appreciate that they're kind of aware, but I think the whole world needs to kind of wake up now. We need to know what it is. Like if a comedian is teaching the world what's happening, and a Chicago public school comedian, it's dangerous. It's dangerous. I don't know where we're at, you know, so.
Well, we got to learn one way or another. Do you adjust your show based on what's happening in the world?
Yeah, so my old hour that I used to run was also called Let's Talk About It, but it was more about like my personal life, my insecurities, my hairline. It was very much like about things like that. But when everything happened on October 7th, I felt the need to be like, no, this didn't start there, and let me tell you what happened. And so I readjusted everything. So Let's Talk About It is now just strictly like about Palestine and my life and my experience in Palestine, my family's experience as well.
What does your family think? I mean, you're a relatively young comic, and you are selling out every show now.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, how's the
Thank you so
family
much.
responding to all this?
I mean, no one cares. Honestly, it's not. My dad is cool with it. I don't think he's coming tomorrow though, but like he's cool. Like he's proud. But they don't say that. They just kind of show it, right?
Yeah.
That's how like Arab parents are. But
okay.
And these are not small crowds either.
Yeah, no, I'm doing 200 people tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay, in Oak Park?
In Oak Park, yes.
At the Madison Street?
At the Madison Street Theater, yes.
Yeah, I mean, is there anything you shy away from talking about?
No, not at all.
Okay,
no.
so you still have family in the West Bank?
They're all in the West Bank, except my dad and my family that lives in my house. I have to talk about it. I always say, like, it's my duty as a comedian to be funny, but it's my duty as a Palestinian to educate. And so if I can mix the both together, then that's beautiful. That's all I can ask
I
for.
love that you're talking about even doing protesting here in Chicago because you are very vocal and even able to turn that into kind of funny and a little bit like, ugh,
yeah. There's moments like that. The whole thing is filled with that. Like it's funny, then it's real, but I have to talk about it. It's my duty. It absolutely is. So I can't shy away from it.
Are you ever thinking about some other type where your comedy evolves to, or do you think it'll always stay here? I
mean, until things change, I have to talk. I don't feel comfortable going on stage and just talking about like I said, my hairline or going to Turkey for a hair transplant.
Yeah.
I can't talk about
Right.
that. I need to talk about this. It's my obligation to. But there's other things that I'll tie into it, but it all has to lead back to this.
And
Like,
it is funny, just so people know. It is really
Thank you. I
funny. It's
appreciate
not
that.
just heavy.
Thank you so
I
much.
appreciate
I
that too.
appreciate you. Thank
Robbie,
you.
thank you so much. This is
Thank you.
awesome.
Thank you for
Yeah.
having me.
You can follow him on social media at Robbie Abushab and check him out and see about the show. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, no tickets, right?
Sold out. I'm sorry. I don't
to-
know where to look. Thank you
That's
guys.
okay.
I
Yeah,
appreciate
that's
you.
okay.
It's
You
your
come back.
hometown.
Yes.
We'll be back.
We'll be
Happy
back. There's a
Sunday.
bunch of shows, so thank you so much.
All right.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Robbie.
Thank you guys. I
Thank you.
appreciate you.